Alright guys, just finished up watching Airplane, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Great. Still a hilarious, fun movie, but in today's climate, Lloyd Bridges, I don't think this film would get made, to be honest. But it's not like you can go back and rewrite history of film considering what's going on today. These films are pretty dated in a lot of ways, but there you go. The great Leslie Nielsen. Alright, so the time is 4:16. That one was a pretty short one, an hour 24 minutes or so. Robert Stack. Alright, time to pick the next film. So I haven't gone to 1940 yet, so that's what I'm gonna do for this movie. And I'm going to one of my all-time favorite animated classics, and that is Fantasia. Walt Disney classic. This is the original uncut version, special 60th anniversary edition. So while that loads up, like I said earlier, I'm gonna have some tea. I just boiled the kettle, so I got a great Union Jack mug here for my English tea. Some PG tips, a little bit of milk. A little bit of sugar. And to go with my tea, I'm gonna have some couple cookies. I don't have any proper English biscuits with me. I do buy some on occasion. I like order them online. But these chocolate Chips Ahoy will do to go with my tea. Alright. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start the movie, and I'll see you afterwards. What is up, guys? I just finished watching Fantasia. So yeah, still a stunning movie. I absolutely love this film. A great combination of sights and sounds, the animation and the music together. I just love this film. I really should get Fantasia 2000, which I don't have. I know they comboed it on Blu-ray with the original a few years back, but I never got around to getting it. So it's definitely something I want to look into getting. But yeah, Fantasia is just one of my all-time favorite Disney classics. So up next, I'm going to start cooking dinner. It's 6:20, which is about 6:30 is usually the time I make dinner. We try and eat around like 7 around here when it comes to dinner time. And then I will pick the last movie I'm going to watch and watch that. And wrap this movie marathon up. So I'll see you guys in the kitchen. Alright guys, so now I'm in the kitchen. Put that down there. Set up. First I'm going to wash my hands. Because you know, it's the age of washing your hands at the moment. But I do anyway before I like make dinner. My little plate, my tea away in the dishwasher. Okay. So I'm gonna be having steak, mashed potatoes, and mushrooms with my mushroom sauce that I make. Give me like a little potato here. These 2 little ones. So yeah, those are my potatoes, my steak, and my mushrooms. So I love mashed potatoes. So I mash them myself. I peel the potatoes. Like that. So my peeler. Gonna make that. Maybe that. Okay. So first I'm probably going to season the steak and let that sit and while I get the potatoes ready. Alright, so I've seasoned my steak, salt, pepper, and I use garlic salt as well. Now it's time to peel some potatoes. Yeah, I love all forms of potatoes. Baked potatoes, mashed potatoes, hash browns, fries, au gratin. But that's probably my least favorite. But when it comes to making steak with mushrooms and mashed potatoes, this is what I like to go with. Sometimes I'll go with lamb chops instead of the steak. This is like my go-to meal. It has been for a number of years. It's one I've done that I'm good at doing. I do it a lot. Usually once a week, sometimes twice a week. Not as much lately. I do it twice a week, but usually once a week. Usually lamb chops or steak at least once a week. Okay. Cook my potatoes. Okay, let's get those in the trash, that part. Alright. So I'm going to cut these potatoes up. Cut them in half and then like quarter them a little bit. Just to make them smaller when I boil them. Yeah, it's hard to do this for only one person when you're doing mashed potatoes, but I've gotten accustomed to it since I've done it so much. Okay, so I got my potatoes cut up. Put them in some water to let them soak for a little bit. Got my potatoes. So let those soak for just a little bit, usually not that long. So now I got my potatoes in my pot. Once that gets up to a boil, I'll cook them maybe like 13 minutes or so. So now I'm gonna prep like the milk and the butter that goes in the mashed potatoes. Now I don't really have another pot to do this because when we moved we didn't have much in the way of pots and pans. So I do this part in like the small pan we have. So that's what that's all about. Get some, oh god, butter's all hard. But so there's my butter and milk mixture for the potatoes. I'll usually add garlic to this as well because I like garlic in my mashed potatoes. Excuse me, I like garlic in pretty much everything too, so I usually cook the mushrooms with lots of garlic as well. So yeah, I might as well add that right now. So I got this minced garlic, which is great. It's already all chopped up. Use this a lot, so I buy this like every few weeks. Stick a bunch of that in there. Because when I melt this later, it's just going to be melted. It's not going to be like cooked a lot. So I got that ready to go. Now I just need to prep my my pan for my steak. Little olive oil. Run a lot of olive oil. And more butter. Olive oil and butter together. I use to cook with normally. Oil for just to cook and butter for flavor. Lots of butter, lots of oil. That's what I say. I don't do measurements. I just go with the flow, basically. So I got that ready. I got my potatoes going. Once those start to boil, that's when I'll put on the low heat for the milk and the butter. Got my steak prepped pretty much. Let's get all these over here because this is usually where I work from. Yeah, so I'll put my mushrooms in the pan with the steak as well. Usually a couple minutes after the steak. Got my garlic over here as well. I might chop up some garlic too if we have some. Yeah, chop up some fresh garlic. So do that. Put that in with the mushrooms, a little parsley. I have parsley flakes. If I had like fresh parsley, I would put that in there as well. So I cook all that together with the steak, and then add milk to it and make a sauce. This one's a bit weird, but oh well. So crushing some garlic. Just unwrap that. What happened here? This one looks kind of weird. Yeah, this one's weird, but oh well. I'll use it anyway. So So basically that's it for now until the potatoes start boiling, so I'll talk to you then. Alright guys, so I got my potatoes boiling. They've been boiling for about 6 minutes, which means now I'm gonna get my pan going for my milk and my... You just want to melt the butter basically, and then I got my pan going as well for the steak, which I'll put on right now. Put that in there. Salt and pepper on the other side. Okay. Put the fan on probably low heat or low speed is fine. Now I just take the mushrooms and stick that on the same thing that the steak came on. That shows up. Put my chopped up garlic in there. Okay, put that in there. And I'll add some garlic salt as well. My parsley flakes. More pepper as well. So that'll be good to go while my steak cooks. And I'll add some more of this minced garlic. So that'll all go in with the steak in a couple minutes. Okay, so that's ready to go. We got my steak going. Yeah, I just do like 5 minutes each side. I usually like it medium rare. That's usually perfectly fine. Got a nice grilling going on. Grill sound. Put my spices away. Put these on the table. Get a plate ready. Do that. Knife and fork. So about 3 minutes into my steak, that's when I'll add the mushrooms. Give that a little stir. If I feel it's too dry, like the oil gets all taken up, I'll add a little bit more butter. But that's fine for now. It's too dry, like the oil gets all taken up, I'll add a little bit more butter. But that's fine for now. Right, I've flipped my steak, and then in a minute or so I'll like stir up the mushrooms a little bit. About 2 minutes or a minute left until the potatoes are done. So we'll do that. The butter is starting to melt here. Maybe turn it up just a little bit. The potatoes are almost done. That off. So I'll give the potatoes one quick mash before I add the milk and the butter. Do that. Add that in. Take my steak off. Gonna lower the heat a little bit because when I add my milk, I don't want it to like burn right away. Then I'll turn the heat back up for the sauce. Let that cook. Alright. Mashed potatoes go in here. I also like to clean up like while I'm cooking as well, to help save time. So add some butter to my mashed potatoes, right in the middle there. See how beautiful that is looking already. It never turns out that good when I do this normally. Clean up some pans while my sauce gets going. Clean out my colander as well that I use to strain the potatoes. And we are almost ready to go here. Clean out that, throw that away. So yeah, I'm like, the only thing left I gotta clean now is the pan with the sauce in it. Give that a good stir. Alright guys, so here's my finished product, ready to go. Steak, mashed potatoes, mushrooms, and mushroom sauce that I make. Yeah, just put a little pepper, a little salt in there, and it'll be ready to go. And I will pick the next film. Alright, for my last film, I'm going with a 1990 favorite of mine, and that is Pump Up the Volume with Christian Slater. Teen angst, Generation X film of the day. Absolutely love this movie. Oh, I'm forgetting the last most important ingredient, and that is my drink, which is Mountain Dew, of course. So I'll get that while this loads up. Okay. Yeah, I love this movie. Samantha Mathis. Let's go widescreen. Christian Slater is Harry Hardon, volleying up a Arizona high school. Alright guys, I'm gonna get into my dinner here, and I'll see you after the film to wrap up the
everything in America is completely fucked up.
Exactly.
You listen to it.
You don't care what, just do it.
Jam me, jack me, push me, pull me, talk hard.
I like that. Talk hard. Talk hard!
Hi everybody, this is Amy at 97 FM in Springfield, and my show is Radioactive. Can anyone out there hear me?
Sick of silence, let it out.
This is from LA, and I'm
16, but
gonna
I'm
stop
not sweet.
Are you running the streets? Call them real runaway hotline.
KCAT Los Gatos, California.
This is I am.
Radio
Are
Free
you?
Pittsburgh.
There's no protection out
We
in
are
New
the
Jersey.
boys. Hi, you're on the air. Turn on the truth.
What is up, guys? I just finished watching Pump Up the Volume. Christian Slater, Samantha Mathis. Absolutely love this film. As relevant today as it was 30 years ago. At the end there, one of the radio call signs was Los Gatos, California. I went to Los Gatos High School, so I'm very familiar with that. So yeah, that brings me to the end of my 24-hour movie marathon, 2020 quarantine edition. Man, it's been another hard 24 hours. Staying up this much really takes a toll on me. I felt really tired like the last hour. Let me just recap what I watched over the past day. Okay. So, kicked it off with Spartacus from 1960. Flash Gordon from 1980. The Social Network from 2010. The Cell from 2000. All About Eve from 1950. The Golem from 1920. Patton from 1970. Airplane from 1980. Fantasia from 1940. And finally, Pump Up the Volume from 1990. Yeah, I love the soundtrack to this film. Leonard Cohen's Everybody Knows, the song that Christian Slater plays at the beginning of his broadcast in the movie. I also love the cover that Concrete Blonde does. It's also on the soundtrack. I actually like that version more than the Leonard Cohen version. I actually love that song. So yeah, that is it. It is 9:02, just past 9 o'clock. I started basically at just after 9 last night. Thank you for watching as always. And I'll see you guys real soon. See ya.
Bond. James Bond.